That was quick. Hello, 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 everybody. I'm busy I was in a dream world there. Hello, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas to people I've not seen, and Happy New Year to you all. I just hope you all had a nice one, whether it was quiet, whether it was busy. And I don't know about you guys, but I am so looking forward to 2026. And just hopefully it's good as 2025. So just hope you're all good and everybody is well. That's all we can ask for, really, isn't it? Health is your wealth. That's all I can say. Well, thank you, everybody who's coming on here just now. I'm just going to say a few hellos before I say who I am. Just have a look and see. Oh, Dominate. Hello, 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 Cornelia. Hello, Bernadette. Hi there. I don't know if that's Benizia, Tani, Mel McConnell. Hello, hello, hello. Donna Roy, Kerry, Claire Plummer, Brenda. Hello, Christine Campbell, Melissa, Christine Marie. Hello, Joe Megan. Oh my goodness, loads and loads and loads already coming on. Jenny Berlin. So, hello to everybody who's coming on and who's jumping on as well. Kerry. Hello, hello. I know, unfortunately, as the Kerry say, wish I had my health. Health is your wealth, isn't it? It really is. Um, Steady healing to you anyway, Kerry, for you. So, just before I get started, just to introduce myself to people who don't know me, my name is Lorraine Bennett Gray. I psychic medium. I throw some tarot cards, and I also connect to the spirit world. I also say when I'm on these lives, I never know what's going to happen. If spirit wants to come in and give you a wee chat, then they're going to come in. If they don't, I don't. They normally do, but I can't guarantee anything. I do come direct, which is good. But what I need is your validation. I need yes, no, I don't know, as quick as I am speaking, please. Because you know what? Even though my cursor comes to the person, I might not be with the right person. Most of the times it is correct, but we just have to wait and see. So I need your validation because it also lifts my vibration as well. So just to make sure I'm on the right track. Don't be frightened if it's a no. Tell me it's a no, and then I'll find out exactly what's happening. I like to my videos are short, but hopefully sweet, and maybe 5 minutes per person, so I could try and get as many of you in as possible. Okay, so it means that I can't never get this 100% accurate. I do my best for what they're giving me, the spirit world or whatever, the psychic ability, whatever I hear, see, feel is what I put onto you. Okay, so that's why I need your validation. So just as I'm just about to start, I'm just going to say a couple more hellos to Claire Plummer. Hello. Let me just have a look and see. Joe Megan, hi. Tani, hello, hello, hello. Marie, if I've missed you, I'm sorry. It's just you're all coming on at the same time. Linda Scaniel, or if I've said you twice, my apologies for that too. Jane Irvin, Lors Brocky. Right, okay, guys. Now, hello to everybody who's joined. Also, I do like to ask if there's anything that's bothering you or anything you need to know. I do believe the tarot is a wonderful tool to help give you advice. You don't have to take it. It is purely your own thoughts or your own doing, because maybe you've got your own free will. But I do believe that the universe, through the tarot, gives you the best advice you need for that situation. Okay, so let's have a look and see who I am coming to first. So as I said, guys, if you want to give me any questions, then we can see what's happening. So let's just see. I'm going to make a start now. I'm going to see who my cursor is coming to straight away, and it's Mel McConnell. Mel McConnell, this is for you. So, Mel, let's just have a look and see. I always start off with the tarot anyway. So, Mel McConnell, this is for you. What do we have for Mel? Okay. Okay, Mel. Mel, I do feel these are just validation cards. The first three cards I always pull are validation, so I need to know if it's correct. I do feel if there's a working environment connected to you, there's a working environment. I do believe there's been a new start or a completion to do with work. And if it's not with you, it's with a family member, but very significant anyway, in the past year or so anyway. I also do believe as well there's been a lot of, in fact, not a lot, there's been somebody around you that's been causing you a lot of jip, should I say. I do believe as well as a family member, and I also do believe there's a lot of either addiction or controlling along with this person, okay? I also do feel as well there's also a money situation which also has to be dealt with as well. Now, Mel, do these three cards make sense to you? Just let me know if they do. I know that I go slower for some reason. My comments are slower. for some reason. So if you could just validate these mails just to make sure they are definitely with you, okay? And as I'm going to continue, whether they are or whether they're not, I do know as well there's got a lot of changes that's going to be happening in now we're in 2026. I do know there's going to be a lot of changes. And as I mentioned, the work with you, Mel, I also do either with you or somebody in your family. I do believe a start of a new job, and it's been a completion, and either you've say you've either been promoted or they've been promoted or a new job, but they've broken away from their last job. Mel, does that make sense? You've got yes and no, but what's yes and what's no? If you could just let me know, okay? I also do feel as well there's been a lot of drama. There is going to be a lot of drama around you. I also do feel there's a lot of action. And again, this is to do with a working environment. Now remember, Mel, this is not for you as a family member, okay? You can take the issue with the family member, right? Okay. And I also do hopefully with my husband as far as work goes. Well, as I said, I didn't feel it was actually for you, but I knew it was for the family member as well. But there's going to be lots of changes and challenges to do with your money situation as well. But one thing I do have to say to you, Mel, is the action has to be taken. So your husband is looking for this new job, which I do feel is going to be happening, and the completion of an old job. He needs to take action. Really, really important. And I do know that if the action is taken and he is really, or the person is really, really committed, I do feel it's there for the taking. I've just pulled the Ace of Pentacles here, so I've had the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and I do feel that it is for the taking. I also do feel, Mel, there's also a house change or something to do, a major thing to do with the house around you as well, which is going to be happening in 2026 as well. So all about money for you. And do you know what? I feel it's all to do with money. I feel there's a lack of it, but I also feel it is actually, and I don't like to say money's coming because that's not my belief when I do this one. But I do know through the job situation, there is going to be a great money situation that's coming as long as this action is going to get taken. I do feel if it is your husband who's sitting there and not doing anything about it, obviously this is not going to happen. But as long as he takes the action on it, I do know if I just pulled the Ten of Pentacles, you couldn't ask for more than that. And it means that your money situation is going to change dramatically as well. But he needs to get off his backside to make sure that is happening. So there you go. You've said severe financial issues, struggling big time. Absolutely. But I know 2026, if this action is taken to do with this working environment, it's all going to change for you. Okay. So it's just something that obviously, yeah, you hope you don't have to move again. I don't know. I do feel there's a house situation, or a house situation. There's something to do with the house situation going to go on anyway for 2026. But I do feel, Mel, maybe you just have to speak to your husband, or maybe something else to do with the family, I think. But I do know it's very, very important, as I say, to take action on it. Okay, Mel, and thank you so much for being here. I'm going to say a few more hellos. Maybe not said hello to Suzanne Carey, Presh Pandey, Amanda Parker, Jamie Lynn. As I say, if I've missed you, it's not that I don't see you, it's just so many names are coming on at the same time. Wendy Harrison, Elizabeth Jones. Right, okay, I'm going to see who. I'm going to come to Susan Carey. Susan Carey, this is for you, please. Susan Carey. Okay, Susan, Susan, just again, you're welcome, Mel. Please, it'll all work out as long as I say, this action's taken. Susan Carey, this is for you now, okay? I do feel, Susan, there has been a loss. You have had a loss. I do believe that somebody has passed within the past 3 years for you, Susan. But does that make sense? Make sure, just confirm that yes or no. In the past 3 years, Susan, I do feel that there's somebody has passed to the spirit world. Susan Carey, does that make sense to you? I do feel that there's a man who's actually stepped in. It might not be the person who's passed the past 2-3 years, but I do know there's a man who's stepped in here for you. Okay, but first of all, before I even go on to him, I do have to talk about the validation cards which I have thrown for you, and I do know in the past couple of years, I do feel, Susan, could you comment, please? If you're here, I need you to comment. Okay, just to, yeah, that's great. I also, and there has been somebody that's passed in 3 years. Okay, I do feel that in the past, say a couple of years as well, I do believe there's been legal papers that have had to be signed. I do believe that something has been happening with you and a partner, husband, or something. And I also do feel as well, past 3 years, something good has also happened, like a celebration as well. It's your dad that's passed, okay? Because this man is just, before he even threw a card, this man stepped in. So let me just get some information and let me just see if it's dad. If not, you can let me know who this is, okay? I do feel that as this man is actually stepping forward, I do feel there was a generous man who's here in this world. I do know he was something to do with his eating habits was very, very significant as well. Either he was a very lovely eater or he was a very noisy eater. I'm not quite getting which one it was. And I do believe that this man at the very end was a very slight man because he showed me himself as very slight. So I'm talking about slim. At some point in his life, he was slim. Anyway, Susan, does that make sense with dad? Okay. And I do feel he was very generous, very, very generous. Okay. Very caring, very, very loving man when he was here in this world. Is this dad that I am talking about? Just to double check, okay? I do know that I'm getting pains in my back, so I do know that this is either connected to him or connected to you. This man had these pains in my back. I do feel it's more my kidney area as well. So I do feel that this gentleman had a problem with the kidney area. Again, Susan, could you comment as quick as possible, please? Because I know yours is slower than mine, okay? So I need to know, otherwise I'm going to have to cut this off quickly, okay? I do feel this man has come through to you, just to say that I'm doing absolutely fine. I'm doing great. I'm fine, and I'm finally at peace. This is what I'm getting. I'm finally at peace because I do feel that this gentleman I do have here, if it is dad, did suffer when he was here at the end. He was really suffering. You saw him suffering, but he's telling me there's something going on with his throat as well because this person's affected by throat. He was very generous, yeah, because I felt that with him. But I do feel as well that when he was here in this world, you saw him suffering. He was really, really suffering. But he's telling me that when he actually went off to the spirit world, he was so at peace. It was actually incredible. Now he's actually shown me a lady who came to get him. So I don't know if it's his mum or your mum or some mum, but I do feel it was a mum that came to get him, Susan, because he's just shown me this beautiful, beautiful lady who was there, and she's just saying she was always my angel. So I do know that is very, very significant, Susan, as well for him. Okay. And I also do feel this gentleman actually is digging up the garden. So I do know that the garden was really significant, or something to do with digging up. Is more than the actual gardening that I'm actually getting from him. But he's just come through, Susan, just to say, you know what? Wait, don't even have to do any tarot cards for you. He says, you know what? He says he's been with you all around Christmas time anyway. But you have to stop worrying, he's saying, because he's doing absolutely fine. He's doing absolutely fine, but he does worry about you. He's telling me as well, you're still grieving terribly. I don't know if it's for him or somebody else, but I can hear the grieving. I do know he's grieving. Just to let you know, he's doing fine. Okay, he's doing absolutely fine. It's your nana, so it's his mum then that came to get him. Okay, and just to let you know, he's doing absolutely fine, and he's just with you. So it was to give me the number 7. So you see, the number 7 or July is really significant with him, with either a birthday or he maybe passed in July, or somebody passed in July anyway. So I do know, just that he's doing absolutely fine. He's watching over you as well. He's leaving me with strawberries. No idea why, but he's leaving me with, we call it a punnet of strawberries for you. And Susan, thank you so much for being here. Just to let you know, he's come through to say he is absolutely fine. Yeah, you are still grieving. Yeah, but you can't stop. I can't tell you to stop. You can't tell you to stop, but I need to tell you, he's around you. He is around you big style, okay? Just before I leave you, Susan, because he wants to deliberately say this, he's given me a memory of pushing, or you have been pushing a child in a little scooter or a little car or something. Does that make sense to you? Because this is just what he's leaving me with there, okay? And Susan, thank you so much for being here. It's your mum's birthday in July. Okay, perfect. Okay, it's just validation, just stuff I can't possibly know that he's given me to give to you to say I'm here. Okay, and that's how it works, guys. If anybody's not sure. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. I'm going to thank him as well. Sophie Hands, hello, hello, hello. I've got Joe White here. I don't know if it's the Joe White that I know from many, many years ago, my son's friend, or is it a different Joe White? Let me know. And let me see who else. Catherine, hello, hello, hello. You've been struggling just now, Catherine. Hello, Helen Smith, hello, hello. Right, I'm going to come to Oh, who am I going to come to? Who am I going to come to? Who is it stopping with? Okay, come to Helen Smith. Helen Smith, please curse a stop to you. Helen Smith, just let me know that you're still here, Helen, and let me just find out what I have got for you, Helen, as I want to talk about. I have to talk about two people that have stepped forward. And I do feel either no, sorry. Sorry, I need to take that away. I need to take that away because it's not what I thought it was. It was a man who's also stepped through for you. And I do know that this man is showing me himself. You've got a photo of him. Oh my goodness, it's in black and white. It's so vivid to me. It's in black and white. He's standing there and his hair's all messy and it looks as if he's standing in the wind. And I know this was taken in the 40s. I know he's shown himself in the 40s or 50s. So, Helen, does that make sense to you? This is either dad or grandfather to you. And I do feel, and he's laughing. I know this man used to smoke because he's giving me the smell of smoke. And I do also feel, Helen, he passed with a heart condition as well, or something to do with the chest area. Does this make sense to you, Helen? Just let me know that this man is definitely for you. He's picking his braces. I don't know where you're from. So I think if you're an American, I don't think you're American. I don't, does it feel American to me? But it's we call it suspenders, don't they, in America? So, Helen, does this make sense to you, this gentleman? It's your dad. Absolutely perfect. Do you understand this photograph? And you have of him, and he's smiling, and he's got like wavy shape, which I don't know how to describe it here, but it's blowing in the wind. So I do know that is very, very significant. And I do know, again, when he was here, he was generous, but I do feel he was quite a stickler for not information, maybe I'm getting that wrong. He's a stickler for accuracy. That's a strange one. A stickler for accuracy. He had to be accurate. So there was something which was really, really important. Everything had to be done absolutely right. Yes, I know the photo. That's great. It had to be done absolutely right with dad. And if you didn't do it right, you got a bollocking from him. Does that make sense with dad? Okay, I do feel as he's coming, he's laughing at this. So I do feel actually he was a really nice guy. But oh my goodness, you just wouldn't want to mess with him. He was an English teacher. That's funny. Well, that's exactly what it sounds like, doesn't it? But I do know that he wants to come in just to say, I'm here for you, Helen. I'm absolutely here. He wants to crack open a couple of boiled eggs. So I do feel that the boiled eggs were very significant either with you or with him. I've no idea what it is, no time to ask him, but I do feel it is. But he also wants to give me a chicken. So I feel the chicken and the eggs was obviously are very, very, I've got this, it's weird, it's gone. It's very, very significant. Significant is the word. But as he's doing this to me, I do feel, Helen, there's somebody either around you or was around him who had Alzheimer's or dementia, because this is what happens to me when I lose my train of thought. Okay, so again, does that make sense to you? I do feel that he had a heart condition or something wrong with his throat, because my throat is really going crazy here. I used to do his boiled eggs in the morning. That's fine. But I also want to give you the chicken, or did my mind just go into the chicken because of the eggs? Could have been. I have no idea. I want to give you the number 42, very significant with him, or the number 24. I also want to give you the number 4 as a door number. So also, does that all make sense to you? I want to give the 24th of, it feels like 24th of December, but you can let me know that 24th is significant. Your mum had Alzheimer's. I mean, right. That's so your mum's stepping in. Then that's how it works for me, because I don't actually see them when they're stepping in. They make me feel it, and I know I lost my train of thought, and that's what they. That's why that he did this, and the fact your mum is stepping in. So I take it your mum is in the spirit world as well. If not, she could still be here, and I can still get Alzheimer's or dementia through anyway. But I do know they're just coming forward just to say hello, just to say they were here around the holidays, and everything is going to be fine, Helen. No idea what they're talking about, but you do. You have to stop worrying, because everything is going to be fine. No idea what they're talking about. But for some reason, there is some reason I've got to saddle a horse, or the saddle is really significant. So does that make sense to you as well, Helen? Okay, so if you could let me know with that too. I also just want to explain to people, I just want to explain to people that how this works with me. They don't speak to me like this, so I'm getting signs, symbols, feelings. So this is why I can't get this 100% right. But they show me eggs, I say eggs. But the saddle is very, very significant. Your brother passed only 6 weeks ago. Oh my goodness gracious me. I don't have him. He will be here. because there's not such a thing as getting stuck. He will be here, but time is limited, Helen. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's what it will be when he said, right, everything's okay. Everything's okay, and that is what he means by this, I feel, Helen, okay? Do you understand the saddle? Does that make sense to you? The saddle, or something to do with that as well, as being very, very significant, okay? I'm sorry to hear about your brother. I know he will be doing absolutely fine, because anybody who moves to spirit world, I want you don't sure about the saddle, I want you to keep the saddle, okay? That is very, very significant, okay? I don't know whether taking your name away from that, because I'm still talking to you. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just finishing off. I want you to keep the saddle, because it could be symbolic. It could be saddling up a horse or something. I'm not sure, Helen, but keep the saddle, because it's the only thing you've not managed to get so far. So I want to leave their love with you. Rest assured your brother's doing fine. Rest assured your brother will be with mum and dad, and they will have been there to get him anyway, okay? And I'm going to leave that. But everything is going to be fine. They just repeated that. Everything is going to be fine. So I'll leave their love with you. Thank you so much for being here, Helen. Hello, Amanda Parker. Hello, Carol Cahill. Doing best I can. Blessings from Oregon. Hello, Sophie Hans. Hello. It's not the Joe Smith I was thinking about, because the Joe Smith I know was a man. So it's Joe White, not just Joe White. Connection, please, John Swallow. Let me see who I'm going to come. I'm going to come to. Oh, Presh Pandy. Presh Pandy, can I come to you, please? Presh Pandy. Let's come to you. Presh Pandy, for you. Let me find out what I am going to say. Presh Pandy, are you here? Presh Pandy. Okay, I'm going to come to someone, because for some reason it's not coming up, so I can't come to you then. So if you are here, let me know. I'll put you on next, okay? Let's have a look. Okay, let's see. Claire Plummer. Claire Plummer. I just talked to you, Claire. I don't think so. Claire Plummer, this is for you. It's just where my cursor lands. Claire Plummer. Claire. Hello. Fresh Pant, you're here, but I'll do you next, okay? Let me come to Claire Plummer first, okay? Let's just tell me while coming up. Claire Plummer, this is for you, okay? Claire, these are my validation cards for you. I'm not going to the spirit world yet for you, so just just let me know if these are correct. I do feel you've had a lot of instability happening in your life, Claire, okay? And I also do feel you're really stressed out. You're overthinking. You overthink all the time, and it's just causing you an awful lot of stress. I also do feel you have trust issues, Claire. Could you just validate these, please, and just let me know if that does make sense to you, Claire, okay? Because as I'm actually saying that, Claire, there is, I'm going to actually write that down. Sorry, because I'm going to forget. Sorry, guys. Someone's taking my pen. Let me just put that down, Fresh, just so I remember. Okay, Claire, does that make sense to you, these validation cards first, okay? Yes, that's correct. Okay, perfect. Okay, so as I want to talk to you here, I do know a lady has stepped forward who I do feel is grandma, okay? And I do feel as grandma is coming through, I do feel she was a typical grandma, okay? The braid, the bake, the knitted, all this, etc., etc., etc. But Claire, she showed me the countryside, so I need to find out, did she live in the country, or what is the connection of the countryside or the open fields? She showed me the washing hanging out in the open field. I'm seeing water. This could be memories. I don't know. This could be water. And I do feel our joints were very, very sore when she was here in this world. So this is a lady with her joints were really, really sore. Let me just double check. Still not, could you just, I was thinking that's stopping the validation, the correct that, but could you just make sure that you, this is right with this lady, who I do feel is grandma, so we'll see. She used to live in the country. That's fine. That's all I need to know. And I do feel as well as the joints. I do feel she tried to be as healthy as possible. And I do feel that she did like live off the land, if that does make sense to you. I do believe she tried as much as possible, she's telling me, as much as possible, as much as she could to try and live off the land. Because she said, I did take the odd supplement. So I do know there was a little supplement that was going on there as well. She's deliberately shown me either against with you or with her, it's something to do with them. puzzles or crosswords or something else that she used to do as well. I can smell the baking, so I do know that she used to bake, and that was very, very important. There was something about the baking or the smell of the food, and she's making my nose really itchy now. Nose itchy to me is, as my mum used to say, that's a sign you're going to be angry. So she's making my nose itch. So I do know that's her telling me you're really angry about something. Does that make sense? Or she was very angry about something. Very good. I love the way spirit works. I also do feel as well my neck and my shoulders are getting really sore. So I do know there's been a big weight on my shoulders as well. And I do feel that's actually with you. Oh, she cooked for a living. Perfect. The weight on the shoulders, either with you or her, but I feel that's with you. But anyway, let's find out with her anyway. I do feel as well, you say she cooked for a living because I could smell the cooking. I do feel as well that, when she was there when you were growing up, because she showed me you as a little girl and as the stages. She's also told me that somebody was really sick, but really, 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 really poorly as you were growing up. So was this you, or was there something to do with her? Very, very sick. And I feel that either she used to nurse them or somebody had to nurse this person. But I do feel this was a really hard illness. This wasn't just a common cold. This was really, really significant, and there was anger. That's fine. And I do feel as I'm getting her personality and as I'm getting her essence here, I felt even though she was a lovely person, I felt she could be very cold sometimes. Does that make sense to you with that? The coldness with her. Sometimes you just had to watch what you were saying, or sometimes she's actually giving me a case of sometimes she would like just go into a little world of her own, okay? Because she's lots to contend with. This is what I'm feeling with her. She's come through just to say, and she's giving you healing. So I do feel just now there's this healing needed around you as well at the moment, because she said, just tell her I'm giving him, just tell him I'm always around her. Now, for some reason, she's setting a table. So I do feel there's something to do with the table. She looked after your granddad towards the end, okay? There's something to do with the table being set like with doily tablecloth or something, which I do again feel this is really, really significant, okay, with her. She wants to leave you a bunch of beautiful white roses. So I do feel the white roses were connected, I feel, to her and possibly at the funeral as well with her. But she says, you know what? She says, I'm sending you healing. So I do feel there's some healing needed around you or somebody in the family. And I do also feel with you as well as there's something that you're really, really struggling with. There's something, or something in the family really, really struggling with. Just ask me for my help. She said, I helped when I was here in this life, and I can still help from the other side. But all you have to do is ask, okay? And that's really, really significant. So I'm going to leave her love with you, Grandma's love with you. Lovely, lovely lady. And by the way, she left your granddad towards the end, and he'll be here as well. It's just I've not got time to bring the two of them through. But of course, you see, in fact, I hear a man laughing in the background, so that'll probably be him. Okay, so thank you so much. You're struggling with work, just to ask her for the help. Absolutely, because I'm just going to tell this to everybody. The spirit world are not allowed to really interfere with us apart from sending some healing, unless you ask, because we've got our own free will. So ask them for their help, and they're going to give you it. Okay, they will move heaven and earth for you as long as it's for your higher good. Don't ask for the lottery, because that's not going to work. So thank you for being here, Claire, and it's going to be fine. Presh Pandy, I'm coming to you now. Presh Pandy, this is for you. Okay, Presh, let me just see what's happening with you. Presh. Okay, let me just see. Going to throw some cards again. So validation cards. I do feel that you're making a decision, and it's a very emotional decision with you just now, Presh. Okay, does that make sense to you as well? I also do feel there's a lot of emotions around you, an awful lot. I also do feel as well that either you work with astrology or you do something with the stars. You either look at the stars, talk to them, or something to do with the word star. Again, Presh, please validate as quick as possible. That would be fantastic. I do feel that you've also, the overthinking part is really, really important as well. You need to stop overthinking, because you're overthinking, you're restricting yourself an awful lot because of your thoughts. And I hope they make sense. They're your validation cards, Presh. Do they make sense to you? I do know there's somebody in 2026 who's in your life just now who, again, is not the nicest person in the world. Okay, I do feel they're holding you back in life, and I also do feel there's either some jealousy involved with this person. Presh, could you answer some of these, please? as quick as possible. Just validate these for me. Yes, no, I don't know. Okay, because I do have to make sure this is correct. I do know that there is somebody around you, Presh, that is really, really causing you a lot of jet. And you really do have to get this sorted. This is what I'm feeling with this, okay? Because you know what? You know that phrase, you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends. And for some reason, I've had to come out with that, Presh, okay? So if you could just take that, that would be great. You're not validating any of this, so I really do. I'm going to have to move on because I have to make sure I'm definitely with you with this. I've not got a spirit person, and this is all psychic so far with you, but I do feel you're not validating, so I'm going to have to move on. Okay, sorry about that, Presh. Could you? Oh, here you go. Yes, yes, yes. What's yes? Okay, tell me what's yes. Right. Confidence. You need more confidence. Okay, Presh. You need to find more confidence. I do feel somebody's really been pulling you down, and it's giving you this lack of confidence. Okay. Yeah, and you're overthinking as well. I also do feel you're very lonely too. And do you know what? The only way you're going to get rid of this loneliness, I feel you're lonely in yourself. That's the most important thing. And I feel for you to get rid of this loneliness, I do feel you need to either get out more or you need to mix more, and you also have to. The situation of the jealousy has to go. Does that make sense to you, Presh? Okay. And I'm going to leave these cards with you because I say the validation is taking too long. And I just hope you can take what I've been saying for you, and I hope it all makes sense. Okay, I just feel yeah, you are very lonely. I just feel with you, Presh, you need to get out more, you need to mix more. Stop overthinking, stop living in the past, and things are going to change for you absolutely dramatically. But you need to get rid of this jealousy. That's very, very important. Okay, and I'm going to leave these cards with you, and thank you so much. Anybody who's on this as well, who gets a reading, listen back to them because sometimes you can miss things, okay? And that's obviously important. So if you listen back, you will get the information you need to hear. Just a few more hellos. Desi Agua, hello. Sa Woodland, hello, hello, hello. Melissa Blue, hello. Happy birthday for Monday to you. Lynn, hello, hello, hello. Um, let me just see anything else. Jane Irving. Jane Irving, can I come to you, please? Jane Irving. Guys, you need to comment quicker for me, okay? Jane Irving. Now, Jane, as soon as I said your name, I heard, I don't know if it's two little ducks go quack, 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 but for some reason I'm hearing it's three little ducks go quack, quack, quack. So I do feel, Jane Irving, this is for you, or whoever this is for, because this is just going on in my mind now. Jane Irving, are you here? Yeah, you are great. Do you understand why I'm saying either two or three little ducks go quack, quack, quack? That is really significant. So I do know the ducks are significant or something to do with that. I do feel as well, Jane, that with you, there's been, of course, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with everybody. But I do feel as I want to talk here, I need to bring through, I'm not seeing anybody as yet, but I do feel it as a male presence that's here as they're stepping forward. And I also do feel they're putting like a football scarf around their neck. So the ducks mean something to you, two or three little ducks go quack, quack, quack. Because we all know it, it must be significant. That's why I say, okay. But I do feel as well with Eugene, this gentleman is stepping forward with which looks like a football scarf, okay? And it looks to me either blue, white, or black and white. So let's just find out if that is correct from you, okay, Jane? If you could just validate that for me as well. I also do feel as this gentleman is coming through, I feel quite distant with him. I feel as if this is a man who obviously you knew in this life, and I do know that you knew him in this life, but I felt he was a sort of man that always liked to keep his distance. Jane, do you understand who this man is? I do feel it is a father person to you. Or sorry for your childhood, only thing, right, okay, and your dad liked football. Yeah, that does make sense. Do you understand with him? He was quite he was quite distant, quite a distant person. He's not the sort of dad that would be all a lovey-dovey or, and I also felt, Jane, he's coming in with an apology to say, I wasn't really there for you like I should have been when I was here in this world. Does that make sense to you? Does that seem accurate? as what your dad would be saying. I also do feel as well, he wants to talk about an accident in a car just for validation, an accident in a car. And I don't know if it's just, it was minor. He just said it was minor. So I just have to talk about the minor car accident, but it was very significant and he did keep himself to himself. That's fine. I just want to make sure it's absolutely him as well. I also feel as if I want to get off my chair, but I can't. So I do feel there's mobility problems, either with him or with yourself, okay? And I do feel as if I also, before, when I was passing, I did lose my dignity. He's also telling me, and again, this is an apology that he's had, but I do feel a big distance, Jane. And he wasn't there. No, that makes sense. Or he was very much there for me. I'm not getting that. So could this be somebody else apart from Dad, or am I picking this up wrong? I'm saying that, no, he's definitely given the distance. The distance is really, really important. So if it's not Dad, who is this for you? I do know that this gentleman here lost his dignity as he was as his illness was progressing. I do know it was an illness and it wasn't an instant passing. And I do know what this man is. I'm very, very quiet. I'm just so quiet, and I just feel he did lose his mobility. I think it is Dad. I maybe picked up that last bit wrong, but I do feel, because I do feel apology, and I do feel that he's saying I wasn't there when you really needed him. Does that make sense to you as well? And I also do feel, I feel with him as well as, do you understand the distance? Well, now, sometimes with the distance, it could be that he moved away or you moved away. I get this symbol of a distance. Okay, so if you can just give me that anyway. One way or the other, it makes absolutely no difference. Okay. I do feel as well, Jane, as is here, he wants just to come in just to, again, just to say how much he loves you and how happy he is in the spirit world, by the way. So happy. He says, I'm dancing now. I've got my legs back. I'm dancing. He said, I'm even singing, which is really, it's a, he did lose his dignity and his mobility. Yeah, it's definitely him. And I do feel as well, he's dancing and he's singing now. And he says, my mates are here. So I do know as well, his friends are here. Yeah, I don't know. Forget the distance thing. So I'll pick something up wrong. So they don't know. But I do know as well is that he's back. He says, my friends are with me. He says, we're having a great time. He says, we can do whatever we want now. There's absolutely no restrictions. And that's one thing as well. Now, I do know he's with a lady. Could be mum. I don't know. But he's telling me it's ladies. Sorry, ladies. So I actually think it could have been a bit of a ladies' man or something to do with the ladies. The ladies are with me anyway, is what I'm feeling with him too. And I do feel with him as well. He's just coming to say hello to you. He just wants to say, I'm with you throughout the holidays. He says he's glad for the dedication that you have for others. So that must be significant. You must understand that. And thanks for helping out. He's also telling me to do with their working environment, whether it's for you or in the family, there's going to be a new job being created, or there's a created side within the job as well. And he is actually helping with this, because I actually do believe he was actually a creative person as well. Let me know if I picked that up right anyway as well. Thank you so much, Jane, for being here. Jane, you say he did lose, he loved to whistle. Yeah, it will be mum. That's what the ladies. But I don't always want to say it because it's so quick. In case it's not your mum's to you. Oh my God, this is taking mum away. It is mum. Of course it is mum. And but it's the ladies here. So this is what I get. Okay, and thank you so much for being here, Jane. Just let you know, the two of them are doing absolutely brilliant. They're singing, they're dancing, they're doing everything that's possible. And they just say it's actually fabulous here. It's actually fabulous here. And one day, long, long time away, you will be meeting again. And thank you so much for being here, Jane. Thank you. And thank you so much for him coming through as well. Okay, so Julia. Oh, it keeps jumping. It's interesting. It's come to Julia Mapstone. Julia Mapstone, this is for you. Julia Mapstone. Again, if you could just confirm that you're here. Julia Mapstone. Hey, you would love a mention. Well, Julia, you're getting a mention. That's a coincidence, even though there's not such a thing. Right, Jane's just said it's usually my mum that comes through. No, with me, I always get different people. You know, mum that comes through. I've not had any signs since his passing. I was worried he was stuck and he's not reached the other side. Right, Jane, first of all, for everybody, nobody gets stuck. So whoever says that is hogwash, okay? Nobody gets stuck. Your mum would have been there to greet him 100%, okay? And with the way, I've given you enough evidence to prove it's him. Not such thing as being stuck. He's absolutely happy on the other side. So just you remember that. Okay. Back to Julia. Julia Mapstone, you are here, and I am going to give you some validation cards, and let's see what I have for you. Julia, do you understand the twins in spirit before I even start with the cards? Do you understand the twins, or the two people in the spirit world? Or are you part of twins? All I see is twins. You're twins. Does that make sense to you, Julia? Twins. Twins, 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 or light twins. Okay, come on, you give me that validation as quick as possible for the twins. Okay, I do feel that this is babies. Babies. I need to talk about the babies. Right. So forget that. I'm going to put them aside just now. Then, okay, I'm going to put them aside. I'm going to ask them to wait because it's probably for the next person. Okay. Right. Can anybody understand the baby? The I tell you what I've seen. You stay there, Julia, because I'm going to come to you. But I understand. Okay, Julia, does this make sense to you? The baby who's probably here, but I'm seeing a baby in a nappy. Okay, right? No twins. That's fine. Forget that just said. Do you understand the baby with the nappy on? Ah, that sounds a bit silly. Of course, babies wear nappy. That's what I'm seeing. No clothes on, but just the nappy. Does that make sense to you, Julia? Or I'm just going to just carry on. If not, I do know this is all around me just now. If somebody else can. If this is not, if that's not for Julia, no problem at all. But I do know it's very, very significant. Baby with the nappy. Okay. Right, Julia, I'm going to come to you with what's the reading then? So someone reading. Twins by family, but they're here. Not sure if the baby with the nappy is connected to the twins. Okay, so that's very important. Right, this is still for Julia. Julia, this is for you, darling. Julia Mapstone. I'm going to give you some tarot because these spirit people are waiting, and I will do it. Right, Julia, let's get ready for you. Give me some validation, please, to make sure that these are correct. I do feel, Julia, that you are very intuitive. Okay, I pulled the High Priestess, so I do feel you're very, very intuitive, but I do feel there's been a lot of deceit that's been around you as well. I do also know you've had to be really strong. There's been situations, I do believe there has been a passing, recent passing in the past 3-4 years to me, and I do feel you've had to be really, really strong. Julia, does this make sense to you? Okay, very, very important validation for that, please. And as I am continuing as well, I do feel as well there's a lot of insecurity around you as well just now, but I also do feel you're really lacking so much confidence, Julia. Just make sure that, yeah, okay, just making sure these are absolutely right. I do feel there's lack of confidence. You think to yourself you're not as good as you should be. You've got very low opinion of yourself, which you shouldn't, because I feel with you, Julia, you're such a lovely person. And I also do feel as well as you've also lacking confidence to do with your emotional side as well. I do feel as well, either yourself or somebody with a working environment, you've got a lot of determination with the working environment, and I do actually feel it's something that you either cling to or you need, or something because you're lacking this confidence. Julie, I hope this does make sense, because this is 2026 I'm actually talking about. And I also want to talk about your intuitive side as well, because I do feel as well as when I have the star card out, I do know it's either look at the stars, read the stars, or something to do with astronomy. I do know in 2026, I do feel by July, there's going to be a lot of changes around money for you, but all good. And I do have to say, all good. I do know as well, there's going to be a decision to do with your working environment that you do have to make. Okay. It is going to have to be made. Be patient. Think about it, but don't overthink about it, and trust that intuition. And as long as you trust that intuition, Julia, it's going to be absolutely fine. I do believe it's going to be like a new beginning, a new journey to do with this working situation. Okay. And I do feel as well it's something you really need to hear as well. You need to start being more positive. You need to start being stronger. You need to start being more confident, because you know what? You have actually got it all. It's just, I do believe that something's happened in your life that's really that's brought you down to give you this lack of the confidence, etc. And I hope all that does make sense to you. I do know, as I say, there is going to be in 2026, there is going to be a change in your working environment. It's something you're going to have to make this decision, but I do know it's like a learning journey, and it's going to be very significant. Okay, Julia, thank you so much for being here, and I hope that makes sense. And again, listen back to this, okay, because it's got a lot of information there. I do need to talk about the baby. I do need to talk about the twins and the baby, okay? So I do know that this is very significant. Who can understand the twins but connected to a baby as well? And I'm talking about a baby with a nappy on. And if you can just say yes, this is good. It's got right. Well, let me give some more information. I do need to give you the number 4 and 1, so it could be 41 or number 4 and 1 connected to this reading as well. And I also need to talk about uh it looks like a fancy dress costume, a devil fancy dress costume, because I would never talk about the devil, so 'cause I don't believe in that. But I do feel it's something to do with that as well. So if anybody could take that, these pieces of information, just let me know, and that would be great. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to come to do another reading. Let me see. I'm going to come to hello to everybody who's just stepped on as well. Sorry, I couldn't. I just have to go. So, Michelle West, can I come to you? Michelle West, this is for you. Okay, Michelle? Michelle West. Michelle West. Let me see what I have for you. Michelle West, are you here? Who's that with a nappy? Who was in a nappy when you left her today? Tanny. I just left my twin nieces and also my niece who's 7 months old, and her mum was born in April. I think it is for you, Tanny, then. It must be because I don't know if there's a spirit or not. Right, okay. So this is and the baby, right? Okay, so this is Tanny. I'm coming to you then because, yeah, Tanny. Okay. She had her first trick and treat last year, and I always call her a devil. Perfect, Tanny. This is for you. Okay, Tanny. Let me see what I have for you. Okay, I'm glad that because when things like that happen, you need to a reading for some reason, and I know things have been hard for you. Just I am going to talk, and I need to do the tarot. I do need to talk about your money situation, Tanya, and I do feel you're going through a really tricky part of your life at the moment when it comes to the money side as well. But one thing I do have to say to you as well is, I do feel you are overcoming it slightly. These are validation cards, by the way. You are overcoming it slightly, and I do feel you have got a vision, and things are going to get better. But I also do believe, Tanya, you're the sort of person who you need to do everything 100% correct. Tanny, does that make sense to you with that? Okay. A man has just stepped forward for you, even as I'm doing this as well. A man has just stepped forward. And I do know that he's talking about your emotional side. I do feel this man passed in a car accident or something to do with a car accident to do with this man or a motorbike accident or some sort of motor accident anyway. Tanny, can you take this person? Yeah, 30,000 money is a bit hard, right? Do you understand the person who passed in the accident? Let me just make sure. Yeah, it makes sense. You like to do it. Oh, yes, everything's got to be done 100%. Do you understand the car accident, Tanny? The person, because I managed to step forward to, I do know passed in the car accident. Your cousin passed in the car accident. Okay. And I do feel, yeah, he did pass in because I do know that he actually passed on impact. Okay. I do know that he did pass on impact. And I do know that if something happened with the head, I do know that as well. But he was also showing me either a tree or something specific that he went into. And I do know, Tanny, that your cousin, this was saying it was actually his fault. Does that make sense to you? It was my fault, he's saying. Okay. So I don't know why it was his fault, but that is very, very significant. Okay. Does that make sense to you? Okay. It was my fault. And he's come through, and I feel this could be quite recent, but again, recent could be 3 to 5 years. It doesn't matter, but I do feel it wasn't like 20 years ago or anything like that, and I do feel it was recent. And he said he passed an impact, and yes, the head in a tree, and it was his fault, right? So just make sure it was definitely him. And I do feel as well he wants to come in to apologise to the family. Very, very important. I need to apologise to my family. I caused this. Now, I don't know if it was something involved with the drink, but for some reason, he showed me a bottle of beer. No, but that means there was something involved with drink. I'm very, very sorry. I do feel there was nobody else involved with this, but I'm not sure because I don't see anybody else. But he just said, I have to really, really sorry. Now, I do need to talk about somebody in the family or himself had a kidney or has a kidney problem. okay? Because I do know he's talking about this, and I feel somebody either needs a kidney or they need a kidney transfer or something. Does that make sense to you? And it was recent. Okay. Does that make sense to you about the kidney? Okay. Or something to do with the kidneys? Very significant. And I feel, Tanny, he was throwing bottles out the car. And so you think he was drinking? We could see the bottle of beer. So that's why. Do you understand the kidneys? Now, for him to come out, yes, the kidney problems. Okay, what is it with the kidney problems? Just so I know, the kidney problems. But I do feel somebody needs a new kidney or something with that. Okay, and I do feel he said, "I'm sending healing. I'm sending this." Now, I do know that he was a young man when he passed. He wasn't old, and I do know as well. He's trying to help people from the other side when things are like this happen. He's trying to stop other people doing stupid things like he did. He is telling me, Tanny, okay? He says because it was stupidity. And he's telling me as well that he wants to send healing, but he also wants to tell you he is helping other. Your auntie needs a kidney. Right, okay. Well, he's going to send that healing and he's going to send that out to you. But again, ask and they're going to give you, they will send you that. He was only 18 years old. They will send that kidney for your aunt because it's obviously mentioned it. I also do feel as well, Tanya, he's telling me that he is helping other people who was in his situation to stop. He's putting thoughts into to stop doing what he did. Because not only did I don't believe anybody else was involved with his, he's telling me it's happening too many times with other people involved, and that is what's really, really significant, okay, with him. I also want to mention the head. It's not with him, it's with somebody in the family. It's either migraines or something that's happening, but you're really, really worried about it, and you're thinking, what is wrong with me with my head? Now, I don't do medical things because I am no nurse, so spirit people will not give me anything unless it's important. But they're just telling me it's stress. I have to tell you, it's stress. And that is why they're giving me it. They've not got a brain tumor. They've not got this. It's stress. You need to calm down. Okay. So I don't know if that's you or somebody in the family. It's stress. Go and see about it. 100% go and see about it. But he's just telling me it is stress. You can take the head. That's fine. I'm going to leave him with you, Tanny. He's just come through to say massive sorry. I'm here. I'm fine. I was stupid. It was my time. That's just what he's telling me. It was my time. Fortunately, the way he went was a particularly nice way, but it was his time. But there's a lesson to be learned from this. And I know, no, you don't have Tanny. Start thinking you had a brain tumor. Absolutely no. Go and see about it, though, because he's saying go and see about it. He's just telling me you're fine, okay? But please do me a favor. He's telling me that what he is because I'm no doctor or nurse, and remember that. So if you want to go and see, you must go and see about it. But he's just telling me it's the way I went. I've taught people lessons, okay? And there's been a lot of people that actually haven't passed because of the thought about it before getting into the car with that drink. Put it that way. Everything happens for a reason. He's come through to see he loves you, loves the family. Tell everybody he's come through. Tell Auntie, ask for the kidney. He's going to make sure somebody gets him a kidney. And I'm going to leave his love with you. Thanks, Tanny, for taking this. Thank you. And it's funny how he did that, wasn't it, with the twins and the baby? Very, very clever. Instead of just showing me himself, he deliberately wanted to show me he's around you and he sees what's going on with the family. Yeah, get it checked. Yeah, get it checked. Bit of stress, Tammy, but I want you to get it checked, okay? And he loves you too so much, and he's still around you. He's still around you, okay? Okay, let me see who I've still got 10 minutes. Great. Okay. No, there's no such a thing as being dramatic. Go and get it checked. And let me know, Tally, when you're on again, what it is, because that's quite interesting, okay? Right, I'm going to come to. Oh, you just spent the 10 days with the twins and your other niece. Well, that's what he showed me, you know. All right, okay. So I'm going to come to um oh, let me see. Right, I can never guarantee that people are going to come through. When people are asking for somebody in particular, I can never guarantee, even though I can practically tell you they're always with you, but whoever wants to come through will come through. Okay, so because Bernadette Connolly is saying, is my fiance with you, please? Right, Bernadette, I'm going to come to you. I've got no idea if your fiance is with me, but I do know he's with you because that's just how it works in the spirit world. So Bernadette Connolly, let me have a look and see. I do have a man who has stepped forward who did enjoy his motorbikes. Is this your fiance? Let me know. This man loved his bikes, okay? And I do know this man was very, very generous here, but very, very stubborn, Bernadette. So, does this make who is this? Does this make sense to you? Very, very, very stubborn, and he also, but he did love motorbikes. So let me know if this is for you. It is who you want it to be. I can't remember who even said you wanted it to be, but that's not for me to know. Let's just have a look. Here's your fiance. So yes, it was his birthday yesterday. Don't tell me anything like that. But John, did he love or did he have a connection with motorbikes? That's all I have to say. Connect yes to the motorbikes. That's what I need to know. And he's made me very hot now, so I need to turn my heating off. Right, okay. Right. So I need to know he was a very stubborn man when he's here in this world. Really, really stubborn. Very nice man. I don't feel he gave you flowers and stuff like that very often. Okay. I do feel he says, because I wish I'd just given you flowers. I wish I told you I loved you more than I actually did when I was here in this world. Okay. He absolutely adores you, by the way. I can feel the love. He absolutely adores you. I do need to give you white roses, not red for some reason. I need to give you white roses. But he's also given me the color blue. He's given me blue flowers. So I don't know what that is, but I do feel the blue flowers is very, very significant. Okay. I feel as if my chest got really tight. So I do feel he either passed with a heart attack or passed very sudden. I do know that he passed very, very stubborn, very sudden, and he was stubborn, yeah, because he's made me feel all that. As he's coming really close, he's laughing at all this now. I know he had a very playful personality because he's making me feel that. But yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with him. You know, I wouldn't want to mess as well. But I do feel he passed very, very quickly. Do you understand the blue flowers? I don't know why I'm getting that. The blue flowers is very, very significant. And I do feel as well the white roses. Oh, he did adore you. I know, it still does. Yeah, and the flowers make sense. That's all I need to know. I do feel with that as well. He said, I've got your back. I've got your back. And he's also telling me as well, he wants to talk about something to do with a haircut. So I do know, was he a hairdresser or did he something to do with, did you just have your haircut recently or something? He wants to give me the haircut. Okay. It was unexpected. And I know it's very, very fast. And that's a big, massive apology with that as well. But Bernadette, I do have to say something to you here, and he's telling me I dug my own grave. Now, this means to me he either smoked too much, drank too much, did something that would make him pass quicker. Does that make sense to you? I don't believe that he always said that. That's why I said, I don't believe he took his own life. Absolutely not. That I dug my own grave, which is very, very significant. Okay, just wants to come through, just to acknowledge, just to let you know he's here, he loves you, and he always love you, he always will love you. He says, but it's time, he says, you are moving forward, because he's telling me you are moving forward, and he's also he needed his hair cut before he passed. Right. Okay. Well, he's still telling me that then. Yes, he did. He drank too much. Okay. So, but what he wants to say to you is he's lightening it all up now. He says it's time. He says, I want you to move forward. He says, I don't know how old you are, Bernadette. I don't know. He says, but he wants you to move forward. He's going to send somebody else, if they're not already here, into your life. He says, and when that happens, he says, I will be taking a step back. He says, I'll always be around you, always, always be around you. He says, but I will be taking a step back. He says, because I have, you deserve so much more than actually what, yeah, because I said that as you are moving forward, I felt that, but you deserve more than he could give you. This is what he is telling me. You deserve more than he could give you, and you're getting it, and you're going to get it. And he's actually pushing it through. So I do know he is going to be sending somebody else for you as well. Okay, I'm going to leave you. Give me a massive goosebumps here. I'm going to leave you with now. How can I describe this to you, Bernadette? He's leaving me with it's like an oval, something oval with flowers round it. Now, I don't know if this is something significant or what, something oval with flowers round it, and got it. And there's a picture of you and with him or somebody with this awful thing, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm going to leave that. He said that too. Don't know. I'm speaking too far. Listen back to anyway. Okay. Listen back to anyway, Bernadette. Okay. Because it's just so with you. And you know what? He's so looking forward to watching you move on with your life. That's so important. But I need to leave his absolute love with you, Bernadette, because my goodness, I know you said you feel him. I feel him as well. Great guy, great guy. Wouldn't I mess with him though? Absolutely. And as he's stepping back from me just now, he's actually laughing. So I do know he's absolutely fine in the spirit. But you do know that because I feel you connect him. Don't ask me why, but I feel you do connect him. Okay, and I'm going to leave his love with you so much. And thank you, Bernadette. I'm going to thank him for being here. And that's actually the last one. And actually, do you know what? Oh, what was that? Oh, weird. Just heard a funny noise. I think that was him. Oh, we don't know what that was. Um, that was the last one, and it's a lovely one, a lovely spirit person to leave with here. So again, I thank you all so much for being here and for listening, and for all the ones who I did read for today. Please listen back because there will be things you've missed, and for ones who I didn't read to, no, you wouldn't mess with them, I know. I do feel is listen back to it, and anybody who didn't connect to, hopefully maybe next time. I'm actually here every couple of weeks anyway, so I'm going to leave all this Christmas, all the Christmas malarkey won't be here in 2 weeks' time, but 2026 is going to be a great year. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you for being here, and bye 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 bye.